Motley Crue just can't go off the road. One of the biggest professional reversals in recent memory, by the way, is the big show the Motley Crue made. We signed a blood pact with all the members of the band that we're never, ever going to, 5 or 6 years ago, going to tour again, and we've made our money, and there's other things we want to do. And boy, that didn't even last a year. But one of the most successful tours of 2022 was that Motley Crue Def Leppard Stadium tour. And they're doing it again. I mean, why get off the gravy train if you don't have to? Promises were made to be broken. Who cares? Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and this time they're taking Alice Cooper out with them. They're doing a huge world tour. They're going to play Ohio Stadium in Columbus on August the 8th. So if you missed them at Brown Stadium this year, because it was, Crue, Def Leppard, Joan Jett, and Poison, I think.
Yeah.
It was very, very successful. It's one of the top grossing tours of the entire year. And so if you missed it or you saw it and want to see them again, it's going to be the Crue, Def Leppard, and Alice Cooper. And they're doing a whole bunch of dates. They will kick it off in Syracuse on the 5th. So Columbus, I think, might be the second date on that run. Anyway, August the 8th at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. That very same venue. No, I guess not Ohio Stadium. That's not where Sonic Temple is.
No.
Columbus Crew Stadium is where Sonic Temple is. Stansbury's got those Sonic Temple passes, weekend passes for you all next week. So kind of put that in the back of your mind. You can win those with him. I will have Monsters tickets next week. If you're a hockey fan, I will have Incarceration passes for you. Weekend passes. They haven't announced the lineup yet, but it never fails. Incarceration always gets a phenomenal lineup. It's 3 days. It's July 14, 15, and 16 down at the Mansfield Reformatory. I'll have those next week. Our final 4 shows of the year will be next week. Mary will join us for the very last one, and it will be Poundcake's last weigh-in. We'll weigh him in a little bit later on today. And then the very last one will be next week. I'm hoping to grab that $200.
My biggest problem with going to the restroom is sitting down. I can't spread my ankles far enough apart. I'm restricted by my jeans and my shoes and my underwear. So I have to take out one leg out of the pants. And, if I'm out in public, I have to take a shoe off, too, just so I can spread my ankles wide enough for the toilet. That's my biggest problem.
Were we talking about toilet problems, by the way? I mean, I'm always happy to hear people's toilet problems, but is he saying he's a fat guy?
I don't know what he's saying.
Why would you have to spread your ankles? Maybe it's just a comfort thing, but to take your... every time he takes a dump, he's got to pull a leg out of his pants and take a shoe off? Like when Costanza had to take his shirt off when he was taking a dump, because that's how he does it. But, okay. Listen, you can leave us voicemails anytime you like. I do appreciate them. My biggest problem is I got to take
off a shoe.
I got to take off a shoe. Oh, maybe invest in a squatty potty. I guess that wouldn't fix the ankle thing.
Right. And
so he needs a wide stance, like the old Larry Craig.
But he's not even he's sitting.
A wide sitting stance.
Yeah, well, he likes to man spread on the toilet.
Right. How about your boy Avenatti, Poundcake? He's probably... Oh, hold
he's
on.
On the phone there.
He looks like he's talking.
He's talking, but I think he's talking on the phone.
Oh, all right.
He hasn't got his microphone on yet.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, how about your boy Avenatti?
What about him?
Going to prison.
I thought he already went to prison.
And he was on house arrest for the Nike thing, but he's got a new
They gave him 14
bunch
years.
of charges.
I don't keep up with this dude. Man, for what now? What did he do now?
Well, he stole millions of dollars from his clients. I mean, there was always something fishy about that guy, how quickly he swooped in with the Stormy Daniels thing. Most people had never even heard of this guy, and then all of a sudden
How did he get so famous out of nowhere?
Because of Stormy Daniels thing.
Well, I was watching this documentary about the guy that wanted the jet from Pepsi, And that was like his first big thing. Like he
Avenatti?
Yeah. He worked on that case.
He definitely had a way of getting high-profile cases. But yeah, they gave him 14 years in prison, and he has to pay nearly $11 million in restitution because he famously, I think, took all of Stormy Daniels' money, and he embezzled millions of dollars from other clients. By the way, this is, Avenatti is absolutely a crook, but the justice system is to protect the rich. They just found the Trump Organization guilty of a dozen counts of criminal tax fraud. They're looking at a maximum $1.6 million fine. That's like walking around money if you're like Weisselberg and the Trump Organization.
I mean,
but Avenatti, they give him 14 years.
I don't want to go to prison, but if I ever was to go to prison and Avenatti was my cellmate, it could be worse. That's all
Well,
I'm
of
gonna
course,
say.
anybody who's in prison with like a good-looking dude. If Bill and I were in prison with good-looking dudes, we'd probably, depending on how long, depending on how long we
if
were
I'm
going to
there
be
for
there.
over a week, a man's got needs.
I think it might take me
If
longer
I'm
than
there
a week.
8 days, things are going to get a little weird.
Yeah. You got to be gay for the stay.
I want to know what made him have the balls so quickly. Like,
I think he bought into his own press.
I was gonna say
Because remember, like I said, nobody really knew who this guy was. The Stormy Daniels thing was the biggest story going. Avenatti swoops in. Like a month later, he's like, I think I'll run for president.
that's what I'm saying.
Because that's how unseriously we take being the leader of the free world.
He
With
was
celebrities and actors and a lawyer out of nowhere.
he was punching high really early. Like he started coming for Nike. I'm like, hold up, that's Donald Trump is allegedly a billionaire. He's probably a billionaire, but he's still not a billionaire compared to Nike.
Well, he was extorting Nike. That's where he screwed up.
And that's what I'm saying. You're a one man
He took too
army.
big a bite of an apple.
Yeah, you're a one-man army against like a fortress like Nike. You're nuts.
Well, I guess he thought he'd get something over. Listen, companies settle with people all the time just to get something off the books and off the front page.
What did he have on Nike is what I'm...
But it's also well known that like Nike uses child labor in other countries. So Nike's like, oh, you think you're going to extort
use child labor?
Whatever.
Now they are just they've renamed them. They're not children anymore. They're
mini independent
they're
contractors.
youth ambassadors.
Look at all our youth ambassadors making these shoes. It's the fine motor skills that make Nike products so, Nike's like, you think you're going to extort us? We got 5-year-olds stitching soles onto Jordans in the Philippines. You ain't going to extort from us.
We have no shame.
It's all China.
Is it all China?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, he's a good looking man.
He'll be out in
right.
4 years. I mean, he'll be fine.
I want to hear this story about him having a prison boo. Like that's something that
He was a good-looking dude. But I think like everybody associated with the guy was like, this guy's a douche. Like his ex-wife didn't like him. Listen, a lot of nice guys whose ex-wives don't like him. But yeah, he was, I don't know, too much too quick. They got Brittney Griner out, by the way, this girl that was over in Russia. They swapped her for this guy. I remember reading an article on this guy years ago, this guy Victor Bout, who was the most notorious arms dealer. They call him one of the most dangerous men on the planet. He started out as a pro volleyball player in Russia and became an arms dealer. So just remember, kids,
Getting things done.
if you have
Got her home.
aspirations, there you go. That's how unlucrative volleyball is. If you have aspirations of being a competitive volleyball player, just, think twice. There might be something else in your future. My older daughter in high school came to play volleyball and got quite good, but I remember telling her, I go, remember, sweetie, you might find that you're more adept at being an international arms dealer. And she just kind of looked at me
your options
strangely.
open.
Yes. But yeah, years ago, because this guy's been in prison for a while, they had some multinational sting operation, I think a decade ago or something, this guy, Victor Bout. And they swapped him for Brittney Griner. But there's another dude who's been over there for a while, this guy Paul Whelan, I guess. It's like a former Marine he's been over there 4 or 5 years. And his family's like, look, I'm glad that Brittney Griner got out, but we'd like to see Paul Whelan get out. And, of course, United States goes, oh, we're working on it. But, I mean, once a guy's been in there 4 or 5 years, you're not working on it 24/7. So, I don't even know
Paul
what...
Whelan black?
He's a white guy.
Is he gay?
I see where you're going, and I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I'm absolutely right.
There's more points in getting the lesbian basketball player out than
all he needs to do is make a
But
very dramatic call.
But
I'm really scared.
But again, the guy is a veteran. The people who are complaining that Paul Whelan is still they have a very, very good point and a very strong case. The Brittney Griner thing, like she had pot in her bag?
Residue.
A big no-no and a very bad time, by the way, to get pinched. Because they were looking to make a big move because of the whole Ukraine thing and, get one over on us or whatever. But I figured she'd be over there for a while.
Frankly. I was pretty surprised this morning when I saw that.
Me too.
I wonder what they negotiated. What soul of America did they have to give Russia in order for her to be let out?
They turned over Victor Boot. They let the arms dealer go.
He doesn't listen to the show.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that what you mean? The guy I was just talking about?
Oh, then I guess I didn't hear that part.
What is happening in there?
What's
happening
What's
in
crazy is he's looking at the live stream, so he's a little bit behind, but he's listening to us. He's not doing anything else. He just doesn't hear the words we say.
I was thinking about Michael Avenatti. That was it. That was literally the
That's
last.
your excuse.
That was the. I was.
My brain was so foamy with thoughts of
wasn't
Michael Avenatti that I couldn't.
I just Googled him on what you said about his.
So am I boring you? Is that what you're trying to tell me? While I'm talking about something, you're Googling Michael Avenatti's ex-wife.
He's getting stiff man syndrome over Michael Avenatti.
I mean, it'd be one thing if he was Googling something to add to what I'm saying. When the guy called bitching at me about the kamikazes, Bill's over there. He is Googling pearlharbor.org. And then he goes, by the way, Alan, here's this. I go, that's great. That's additive. And Poundcake's just in there Googling Michael Avenatti's ex-wife while I'm talking about something completely different. And then I talk about the guy that they traded for Brittney Griner. I wonder what they got for Brittney Griner. The Russian arms dealer?
I think you're going to...
Imagine if Victor Boot was hot. He'd be Googling him.
Right.
How is that, BWOT? What?
It looks like you're going to have... Based on the way you look right now, you've lost at least 8 pounds in the last 2 minutes.
Who?
Poundcake.
Why?
Because all the life just left his body while you were giving that little speech about him.
Well, I should. What am I, yanking myself off
over
here?
I'm
doing a show.
Yeah, no, I missed it. My bad.
Hey, guess what? There isn't a single thing more important than me talking for 4 hours a day in your world. You should be sitting there in rapt attention. You should have both hands on your chin like this. Oh, my God, I cannot wait for the next syllable to drip from Alan's lips.
Ooh, Alan, you look younger that way. 27.
Yeah, see, this is how I play 27.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that I helped you drop 8 pounds in panic farts. Googling Michael Avenatti's ex-wife. And what did you find? This is your opportunity to add to the conversation with your investigative abilities. What did you find?
I didn't find anything. I just Googled
nothing.
it.
Oh, perfect. We got breaking news. He didn't find anything. Nothing.
I just know they got divorced in 2017. That was it.
Perfect. Great. Adds to the story. What am I supposed to do? I mean, really, what am I supposed to do? If I can't keep,
you don't have to do anything.
Clearly, I'm not engaging him enough. Clearly, what I'm doing is not interesting to him.
You have to change the order of how you talk about things. You can't be talking about a hot guy and then a woman. He's going to keep having thoughts about the hot guy. Once you move on to the woman, he's still all frothed up over Michael Avenatti. He doesn't care about Brittney Griner.
But he was in it. He goes, when I mentioned Paul Whelan and his family being upset, he goes, is he black? Nope. Is he gay? Nope. Like, I know where he's going. That was a cogent addition to the, I knew where he was going. Then all of a sudden,
missed all the stuff about
all of
your
it.
Daughter wanting to play volleyball
Yep.
and also being an arms dealer. Just,
I mean, I'm speaking extemporaneously here, so I can't always order my thoughts properly to keep him engaged.
Poundcake, do you need medication for ADHD, do you think?
I don't. Last time I checked, I didn't know I had ADHD. I had ADD.
I don't care what he has. I just need him to pay attention when he's here. It's 4 hours a day. Are you fried from the morning job when you get here?
No.
Give me something that makes sense to me.
I don't know.
I think the only thing he can come up with is that he was just very interested in Michael Avenatti's ex-wife for whatever reason.
And then he goes, hey, what'd you find? Nothing.
Not one thing.
They got divorced 5 years ago. Cool. You wanted to see what she looked like?
It just didn't make sense to me how Michael Avenatti just came out of nowhere and then he started barking orders and going to prison. It just didn't make sense. So I got curious. I Googled his name. I wondered why he and his wife divorced.
He's doing research for a documentary on Michael Avenatti, apparently, that he's storyboarding or something.
Because he was like a media darling, and then he's the worst thing that ever happened. And he
you know who's not going to be a media darling?
Me.
One guess. You.
Son of a bitch.
That's right. You ain't going to be no media darling.
Is your diet causing brain fog?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Diet causing. He's looking for a lifeline. You're throwing him a preserver out there in the ocean. Oh my God, my diet is giving me brain fog. What did you eat today? You better not be eating that food that's out there.
What food that's out there?
Okay, good answer.
I haven't been in the kitchen. No, I just had like a grilled burger and then some broccoli, or grilled chicken and then broccoli.
Which was it?
Grilled chicken and broccoli.
He said a grilled burger.
No.
I guess I don't know what counts as a
You
burger.
don't know what you ate.
No, I don't know what counts as a burger. It's a grilled chicken.
You had a grilled chicken sandwich.
Yeah, but it had a bun. It didn't have bread. It was just a bun.
Yes, a grilled chicken sandwich is on a bun.
Yeah. So I had that and broccoli, and that's it. Just orange juice and like some coffee.
Not all together.
No.
Okay.
Just this morning.
Okay. I was going to say, he's eating a broccoli and orange juice. Jesus.
Are we not supposed to take that food that's out there? Because I took that food.
No. I trust you. No. But I walk out there this last break, and the salespeople are like, hey, let everybody know there's food. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not worried about Bill.
No, I'm not touching that food.
Don't you go out there.
But you got to go way in front of all those people.
I know. I was just thinking that.
Oh, that's
And
good.
I haven't pooped at all today, and I have to.
Right. You should pinch one out.
Hold on. I had to finish my gummy worm. They're going to come into the kitchen like, what is that smell? Is the food going bad? Like, no, it's my
Maybe I
feet.
should bump up his weigh-in in the show, because I don't have you weighing in until after 4:30.
I said give him time. Give
Okay,
him time.
all
Let's
right.
see if he can.
Don't bump it up so that it's completely full in the kitchen.
So I'm hoping that he's. I want him to succeed, so I want him to.
I do too, but I don't know why
try
I
and
do.
get a poop.
Why do I care?
If you
All I do is root for this kid, and what do I get? Michael Avenatti divorced his wife in 2017. That's what I get. All right. I've got to take a break. You can shoot me a text if you like, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com if you want to watch Poundcake Googling people. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device.